2. I am your host, Ryan By, joined as always by Mr. Adam Lovar,
Hello, hello.
my literal brother from another mother, Justin Picklevans,
What is up?
and Josh. Still have not thought of a good nickname for him yet, Huffman.
Hello. Hello.
How's everybody doing,
Host
boys?
host
Hello.
extraordinaire should be his
Yeah, there you go. There you go. How's everybody doing? Everybody feeling good? Everybody have a good Thanksgiving? Eat a bunch of turkey and stuff?
We did.
Yeah.
Ate
smoked a
far too
turkey.
much.
Turned out super good.
There you go. Yeah. Josh, you doing any turkey?
I did do turkey. Did turkey, did ham.
Nice. We did
About
tacos.
ham and turkeyed out.
There you go.
No more ham and turkey until Christmas.
The wife and I did our yearly Mexgiving, so we wolfed down some tacos on Thanksgiving. It was pretty nice. It was pretty sweet.
Nice.
Since we don't
Very
go
nice.
anywhere. What's that?
Very nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was
What
good.
kind of tacos? Beef,
just
chicken.
beef. Yeah, it was beef. We went beef. So it was delicious.
Josh and I would be like cow tongue,
Just
slow
get some
cook that shit for
langua.
like 2 days.
Yeah.
For like two
Nope.
days, and oh my god,
It's gonna be a
Simmer
hard
it.
I get some
pass.
cheek meat and do some like really good. Oh yeah.
No.
Blech.
Yeah, I'm with Justin.
It-
You would
If-
never know, and it would be the greatest thing that you put in your mouth. I guarantee it would ruin Mexican for you.
I put a lot of great things in my mouth, so I don't know about that, but it is delicious.
Speaking of
My
put-
meat is amazing to put in your
Spe-
mouth.
Oh, we're going there. Speaking of
Hey.
putting a lot of great things in your mouth, segue. My wife, the new company she works for, they sent her this gift basket as like a Christmas present.
Mm.
Like I can't even imagine how much it costs, but it's like high end chocolate and stuff, like fancy fucking shit. Delicious. Oh my god, it's so
He's like,
good.
it's that dark Hershey shit. It's real
No, it's
fancy. No,
not.
no,
There's
no.
not a single Hershey bar in that
I'm
motherfucker.
kidding. Kidding.
But really good. I mean, I found some stuff I don't like, but for the most
Mm.
part, it's really fucking good. They have like some pomegranate hard candies. I don't like those, but
Did you take a
otherwise-
picture of the basket?
I'll send it to you. I'll take one when we're done. I mean, we've already torn
'Cause-
into it, but it's mostly intact still. So
Because I could tell you how much it cost.
I bet it
Send
was.
me a picture.
I was looking at it, I'm like, it's got to have been $250. I would guess.
I
If
think
were
you'd
to
be
guess.
surprised because Christmas season we do gift baskets or like we have a bunch of things that we can send to partners.
It's super
Yeah.
dark for you, Josh.
And
It is.
and
I turned the light off.
and
Keep talking.
so I've seen the prices and like I don't know, they probably have a corporate discount because what we can send and what you get is not what you would spend if you went to the store to get
Right.
all of these things individually.
Right.
So
Yeah, I'll send you a pic when we're done. I'd be interested to know about how much it is. My guess was 250, but I could be wrong there. It's fucking huge, dude. So, anyways,
The
I'm
joys
glad
of
everybody
corporate
had-
discounts when you buy in bulk.
Mhm.
yeah. So, anyways, I'm glad everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We're ready to get back into it. Doing a little bit of a special episode this week. There was not just fucking fuck all for news. There was nothing other than a few stories that we've already talked about at length, and I don't want to dive into it anymore. The only thing I did see today, did you guys hear about there is a season pass for the Callisto Protocol, which releases this Friday?
Yes.
Did you hear what's
Yeah.
in the season pass that you have to pay for?
All I heard was cut content or some like DLCs or some shit. But
Death animations. Different ways to die is behind a payroll. I thought that was interesting.
interesting. Yeah, I hadn't heard
Yeah.
that.
Huh. I was like, oh, all right. Fair enough.
so you buy
Oh.
the game and you can play the whole game, but if you want to have
It-
people die differently, you have to
Yeah.
pay extra.
Yes. So I was like, okay, that's new. I guess that's a new way to do it. Sure.
What a weird thing to put behind paywall.
I thought so too. I thought very strange. I mean, I'm
How
sure
much
there's
is the
other
game?
stuff. I mean, I have it pre-downloaded. I paid 70, so um, yeah, I have it preloaded, ready to go for Friday. But
I
I'm
mean, that
not
was a-
going to do the season pass.
That was a big thing with Dead Space was like how you got hit by the monster would affect like your death animation.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I kind of get it. It's a little dumb, but
Right.
I mean, I guess I would rather that than actually good content that mattered.
Right. Right. Yeah, very strange. So, but anyways, there was really nothing else out there for news. FTC might file a lawsuit to stop the Activision Blizzard and Microsoft deal. We've already talked about that at length. And then the only thing I came up with was Pokemon. New Pokemon game sold 10 million copies, and apparently the game's broken as fuck, and they sold
It
10
looks
million at least.
so bad.
Yeah,
Every time I've
really bad.
seen screenshots or even like people on Twitch streaming it, and they're even like making fun of it, even though they're trying to like
Yeah.
play it and stuff. Like
Right.
I don't know. It was blowing my mind a little bit.
Ugh,
I don't know about
but
you, Josh. I don't know if you watched anything or have seen anything on it.
I have, and it looks like trash. I've
yeah,
heard it's actually a pretty good Pokemon game, like on par with all of the recent Pokemon games. But yeah, it looks and runs like garbage.
So
I
is
saw.
it
Oh, go ahead.
graphics like the top-down ones, or is it more like Arceus?
It's
More like Arceus.
more Arceus, yeah.
Yeah. But I saw one person on Twitter, Alana Pierce, who I've mentioned before. I follow her on Twitter. I believe Justin's exact quote was "she banging." I believe that was his exact quote when he saw her. But she tweeted out, "Man, this Pokemon's gonna be really good when it gets out of open beta." And I was like, "Oof, oof, that's brutal." But anyways,
Like placeholder textures. I mean, like that's what
yeah,
I'm doing. It's like the balls aren't going to be red. That just like
right.
is what it's going to be eventually. You know, I don't know.
It looks like
Shit.
they took like a
Ridiculous.
64-bit texture and then just stretched it across like entire swatches of land.
Yeah,
Get
It
that
kind of reminds me of
anti-aliasing like grossness like filler like
yeah, which is really unfortunate because I mean, Pokemon could be so good, and they're like, you fuckers are gonna buy it anyway. Like, why
right,
should we put in nice textures? Why
right.
should we make this look nice? Y'all gave us shit when we didn't put in enough trees in the last one. This is what you get now, and you're gonna like it.
I mean, it's started off with shitty pixel art and like keeps going back to those retros here and there. Like there's got to be like the game itself just like wasn't good. Like you know what I mean? You can look past graphics in a game like that if the combat and like the other things are done well. And clearly that's not the case if people are looking at the graphic. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and I just
I've
feel like
also heard the game itself is good.
yeah, I've heard
That's
the
what I've been
game's
hearing
good.
as
It's a
well.
solid game, but it
Well,
just runs terribly and looks terribly.
But
Um,
we gotta also probably factor in that we're talking about a game made for children, played exclusively by 30-year-olds. Um,
exactly.
so like, I'm not dissing it. I love Pokemon games, but I am
Right.
the audience that plays those games. I
Yeah.
enjoyed them when they came out initially, and so I continue to play them. And so there's not a lot going on as far as like it being a challenge or it being thought provoking. So you're like, oh, this children's game that I'm destroying doesn't look very good,
Right.
and so if it was a really really hard game or lots of cool shit going on, probably people would ignore it more. But it's a Pokemon game.
Right.
Like you're
They
gonna
need to
level
make
up.
it Grand Theft Auto in Tokyo
Grand Theft Auto in Tokyo.
with Pokemon.
You
There you
just
go.
steal Pokemon. Like what was that GameCube Pokemon game?
Stadium.
No, State.
GameCube one.
Yeah, you
Snap.
played as someone. No, those
No, that was
N64s.
at 64.
You played as Pokemon Coliseum.
Oh.
I'm fairly sure, and you stole other people's Pokemon. You were like,
Really?
On N64?
is Pokemon Stadium
See,
is, but I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
Pokemon Coliseum. Coliseum.
Yeah, it was GameCube. Okay.
That's not the
Maybe.
game. Well, maybe it is the game I'm thinking. Yeah. So you could like steal other Pokemon like steal other people's Pokemon.
So
Only
you became Team Rocket.
kinda, yeah. And
You stooped to their level. Got it.
you could only
I mean,
like
it's a-
steal from certain people, but it was an interesting game. I wouldn't go as far as to say it was good, but
Right.
if you had the
So I was thinking like I for those who listen know the games I like to play, and that does not include MMOs. I do not like MMOs. I would play the fuck out of a Pokemon MMO. Like if they released, I would absolutely play that. Like to be able to run around with the three of you catching Pokemon and shit and battling, oh, I'd do it in a heartbeat. That's one MMO I'd actually play.
Do it like WoW, where like there could be super random
Yeah.
ones that just like spawn at a random time every like 24 hours or something, and
Right.
I don't know.
the
They could do it.
there is a fan made Pokemon MMO that exists
Is
that
there
you
really?
can play. It's called Poke
I was
MMO.
like, it's happened.
I have played it. It's pretty good. Like it's like a regular Pokemon game, but you can like battle each other, and
Interesting.
you're kind of in an open world, sort of. But it's kind of that 16-bit or I would say like Ruby and Sapphire era. It's still top down, uh, but it's not like 3D yet. If that makes sense.
Right.
But it's pretty good. I
Interesting.
played it for a while. I don't remember what level or anything I got to. I don't know.
Yeah. And my only other thought I had with that was they sold 10 million copies in 3 days, which is insane. That's fucking wild. But how many people do you think bought both games? You know what I mean? Like, you think there's probably people out there who bought both just to say that they have both. So I wonder how many, like, if you broke that down into how many people bought the game, what would it be? You know what I mean?
Well,
Like-
and like Arceus had, if you had other Pokemon games on your save or your profile or whatever, it gave you other
Yeah.
cosmetics. So there's probably people that bought it strictly for that ongoing.
That could very well be. Very well be. So, anyways, we've talked enough about that. Let's kick off the episode. Not really kicking off anymore, but let's start as we always do with a listener question from Jacob. Hello, Jacob.
What up, Jacob?
Hi,
Hi,
Jacob.
Jacob.
Jacob says, imagine you're in a dog sled race, but you aren't allowed to use dogs. What animal are you going with? Tradition dictates Adam goes first. Adam, what do you got?
I'm gonna be kind of boring, but it's gonna be the tried and true horse or horses.
You in snow in a snowy dog sled race? Think that'd be all
It'd
right?
be fun.
Yeah,
I mean, have you seen Red Dead at the start of it,
that's
where you're
true.
in the snow? They're fine.
They're
They'll be fine.
plowing their way through.
And I don't know if you know this, horses could easily kick a dog and kill them. So I mean, like against the other people,
That's
no
true.
problem.
Fair enough.
I think the
And-
horse would do just fine.
Yeah.
And if your sled breaks down, you have instant access to glue. You just got to melt down
Oh,
the
I was
horses.
just gonna say you could ride the horse and fuck
No.
the sleigh, but okay, if we're
No.
gonna go that route.
melt down the horses, make some glue.
But come on, I was gonna say the amount of time it would take to melt them down and stuff, you're gonna lose the race. I mean, you
Okay.
just jump on the back of one of the horses and ride it on out. So
If it's where they can kick the dog in the face, if we're going like road rash style, then,
yeah, I mean, there we're going, just wham.
then my pick would obliterate your pick.
Okay,
Oh, I think
love it.
my pick would obliterate his too. I can't wait.
Okay.
Justin, what do you got?
I got snow leopards.
Oh, damn. All right.
Are they gonna kill you?
No, because I bonded with them since they were just kittens, and they love me.
Oh, okay.
They love me.
Didn't realize the backstory. Love it.
I just have those fishing rods tied to each of their back with a toy mouse
There you
on
go.
all of them, so they're just chasing the mice.
There you go. I like it.
Pray to God if one of those like mice doesn't fall off.
Right.
Or you
Turns
see a
around.
squirrel or any other animal.
Then you're
I
fucked.
don't know if you're familiar with the phrase what herding cats. I think it's really tough to do. It's a lot easier to like get a bunch of horses to go in a direction than cats.
Well, see, the kicker is I'll just have them wait, and then as soon as the other ones go, then it's a game. then they're just gonna chase.
You have Rudolph in the front with like something on its tail,
Yeah.
and all the other ones are chasing the front cat.
Oh shit, I like it.
Okay.
All right, Josh, what do you got?
So I went with, similar to Adams, I went with reindeer. They have the top speed of any snow animal at 50 mile an hour. Horses can only beat reindeer on normal like dirt at 55. Snow leopards, their top speed looks to be about 40 mile an hour. An ideal snow leopard terrain, obviously. And polar bears
Ideal.
max out at 25 mile an hour.
Huh.
So,
I
like,
would have guessed more than that for some
me
reason.
too.
But...
Because grizzlies can run up to like 50
Yeah.
or something. So
Yeah.
like, I'm guessing it's because things are harder to run in when everything's snowy, unless you're a reindeer, evidently. But
Well, the polar bear would still catch all of us and eat us.
oh yeah, I'd be dead. I'd be dead for sure. But the reindeer with my sled, they'd be gone. The polar bear
Alright,
would have caught me,
Santa.
but so I feel like if it, obviously the reindeer would not win the fight, but they would win the race, I think.
So I kind of went with, I focused very much less on the race part and just more on the absolute chaos part. So I'm going with elephants, dude. I'm going with just straight
I hear they
up.
do great in snow. Yeah.
So, well, I originally was gonna say woolly mammoths, and I was like, they're extinct, and you guys are gonna bitch about that.
Ow.
So I'm not going with woolly mammoths. So I went with elephants and just chaos. I'm just going for chaos. That's what I'm
Ryan
doing.
crochets them like a little
Yeah.
like scarf, like over there, everything. There, you're a woolly mammoth, fucking good
Yeah.
out there.
But there are a few dog sled teams that aren't even gonna make it off the starting line when my team pulls up. So that's what I'm going with. I'm not gonna win any races. I'm willing to accept
How
that.
many elephants, Ryan? How many were you thinking?
Well, I was thinking, what is the dog sled team like 9? Isn't there like 4 and then one or maybe 7?
Oh, I usually thought it was at least 6 to 8.
Okay, so we'll
Because
go
it's
9.
I
usually in
did not
two.
look
It's
this
usually
up.
in like twos.
But isn't there one lead, or is it just 2 straight up? Maybe I'm wrong. I have no
I'm
Googling
surprised
this.
Josh did not do research on
Right.
this. I'm a little disappointed.
Team generally consists of 4 to 6 dogs for solo
Oh.
sleighs and 8 to
Oh.
12 for paired.
Okay.
Oh,
So even
damn.
numbers. All right.
For
Well,
two people.
I'm going 6 elephants then. That's what I'm going with. So
Go for the
The
full
wo-
12. Go for the full dozen. Like you're already
get a
getting
baker's
elephant.
dozen.
just
Yeah.
for maximum carnage.
13.
You get 13 there, bud. You get a baker's dozen.
There you go. I like it.
I did
Oh, that's
Google
very good.
elephant 25 mile an hour top speed African bush elephant specifically.
Okay.
So
in the
just so you're
snow,
aware.
12
Yeah.
at best.
Like I said, I'm not winning any races. I accept that. But I'm gonna have fun while I'm there. Or mainly the elephants will have fun while they're there. All right, well thank you very much for the question, Jacob. I do appreciate it. That was a good one. I liked it. Up next, let's talk about some video games. What are we playing now? Now, I've been nervous all week for this, so I just want to get it out of the way. Justin, what have you been playing?
So I'm gonna spit out a bunch of shit, cause a lot,
Okay.
Playing a lot.
and let me know what you want to hear more of. I'll give a little bit of each, but Air Console, Marissa and I downloaded it yesterday. It's a app for the Chromecast, and then you use your phone, and like multiple people can join. And we played. There's one game where like it asks a question like, what color did the United States prison system paint all of the walls to reduce anger and stress or something?
Pink.
And luckily, yeah,
Blue.
we just it was pink. We just saw that on Mindhunter. But you write in whatever you want, and then it puts that answer in with preset answers along with the right one, and then you get a right point, or you get 775 points if somebody guesses your answer that you wrote in, and then you get 1,000 if you guess the answer correctly.
Wait, is this you don't know Jack? Is that what you were playing?
No,
This
it's-
sounds like a
there's
Jackbox
probably-
game, but
Yeah, there's-
Jackbox, yeah.
So like they have their own version of Among Us, and there's tower defense games and shooting games and like
Huh.
a bunch of games that I actually want to try, and I know Marissa will only play because she loves me, but have zero desire to actually play them. So
what are these
sometime
called?
if you guys come over, it's called Air Console, but it was surprisingly pretty freaking sweet. The downside was a lot of them you have to do a subscription to play, but only one person needs it. So they had a deal going on. It's normally like $7 a month, but I did the year for $20. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, that was fun. Ryan, I'm gonna save yours for last. Dad, Drew, and I played some Ready or Not, which is it was kind of like SWAT 4, but think old school Rainbow Six games. Very, very slow and tactical.
Really?
If you get shot like once or twice, you're basically dead. Like you can get shot and bleed, and you have to bandage yourself up to keep going. But very hard, but super fun with the tactical side of it. Like you're basically a SWAT team, so take that as you will. Played a lot more Dark Tide. I think I'm level 17 now. So cruising there. Started playing Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, how's that?
Quite a bit of fun actually. Like
It's super cool.
they
That's
have
wild.
yeah, I flew over basically all of Austin because it didn't take long.
Yeah.
Have you done it?
Yeah, dude, you can see like fucking Westcott Field and shit. It's
Yeah, and it even
crazy.
shows Packers.
Yes, it's nuts.
I flew over Prairie High School, and you could see Prairie on the grass where
That's
that
wild.
it says that. But
Zoomed over
found-
my house.
yeah, Adam's
as well.
house, Josh's house, found our apartment, Drew's house, went over to all of Dad's houses. Ooh, I didn't try going out to his country house. Should
Oh,
have did that.
that's way out there. You should check that.
Yeah, flew around Israel, flew around the pyramids, flew over where I went in Mallorca. It's
We
just-
should check out my land in Ontario. Let's see what that looks like.
There you
Ooh.
go.
Lots of trees.
Let's
Let's
I'm
go.
sure.
Let's go on a Canada trip. Yeah,
Well, you should just install it because it's on Game Pass.
yeah, I should.
Yeah, I couldn't believe when I played. Like, I took off from Spencer, Iowa, and landed in Austin, Minnesota. Two dinky ass fucking airports, and they're in the game. It's just fucking crazy.
Yeah, something I didn't understand about that is like the Game Pass version is whatever, but you can buy other versions. And in the store, they have a bunch more airports. But I don't know what, like Cairo, for instance, you can buy. But I took off from Cairo,
Weird.
so I don't know if you buy it, you get access to more air traffic control stuff or what.
Hmm.
But like, yeah, it was weird flying from Iowa City to Cedar Rapids because like as you leave there are different airspaces, like the air traffic control, different voices come in and tell you that you're
Yep.
leaving and you're entering, and I
Mm.
don't know, it's crazy how in depth it is.
It's wild.
So that was fun. I got New World,
Oh,
picked that one up yesterday, and been having a stupid amount of fun with it. So I imagine all other games will be put to the wayside unless
on the back burner.
yeah, unless other people want to play something. But I'm really digging it. It's obviously I love MMOs, but for this being on sale and no monthly fee, the combat's super fun. Like I like the combat enough that it doesn't feel like I'm grinding or trying to hit a level. I'm just exploring the world and killing shit, which is cool. Plus they fixed a bunch of shit, so I don't know. I like it. And then to what you've been waiting on all week, God of War.
Yeah.
Brian gifted it to me, and I need to basically set a thing for myself that I'm gonna play at least a bit once a week.
So you don't
that it-
forget. Yeah.
yeah, because I feel like if I forget some of the controls and stuff, but which so this came out. Was this the God of War that came out in 2018 for PS4?
Yes.
Okay. I like the story. It's I don't know, like it's just
Boring.
there's- yeah,
What?
I think that's kind of where I'm at.
You think it's boring?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the superhero fight that um are you done? All right, we'll have you do that before. She's done with her thing, so we can have her do.
Oh, better. Okay.
It is 7 o'clock.
But I
Did you like the
Yeah.
superhero fight?
yeah, the superhero fight was fun, especially once I figured out what I was doing and how to block and dodge better and not actually take hits. It definitely felt like I was fighting Vegeta. Was that Loki?
No, that was Balder.
No.
Oh, he reminded me of Loki.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like moving around was slow.
Yeah, it's a little slower.
I'm assuming that once you like now that the first boss fight's done, it'll be kicking into more stuff. Are there a bunch of different enemy types, or am I gonna be fighting the kind of the same things?
Yeah, there are. Cause like you have enemy types later on that. Oh, I don't want to spoil anything, but yes, there are.
Fair.
I will say, like, there's mini bosses. One of the biggest complaints I had with the first game, like the troll you fought. I'm sure yeah, you fought the troll already.
Yep.
You fight that troll numerous times. That was one of my big complaints.
Just
Uh,
reskinned or
yeah, basically
renamed.
same thing. And thankfully the Ragnarok got rid of that, but because I think that was a lot of people's complaints from the first game. So a lot of the mini bosses are kind of the same, but um, no, you'll start taking on different enemies.
Well, you gifted it to me, so I will.
If you don't like it, dude, don't play. It's not worth time playing a game you don't like. But um,
I feel like
I
I
don't know.
need to give it a little bit more time because it wasn't unenjoyable. It was just slow.
You're at the point now where the world becomes open. Like you're gonna be in an open world now, so I think that'll help a little
Mm.
bit.
So I'm not just going down set paths.
No, no, the world opens up.
Gotcha.
So I think that'll help a little. But yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, the superhero fight was one of my oh shit moments in games. So I fucking love that. And then there's a few more coming. But anyways, yeah, play as much as you want. If you don't like it, like don't keep playing it, but give it
Well,
a shot.
I'll give it a little bit more.
Yeah, sweet, very cool. Anything else you played?
That's a lot.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Josh, we'll go to you next. Tell me about Genshin, Josh.
So I played a lot of Genshin. I with family stuff and but like kind of got a little sick over the weekend. But so I just put in some Genshin time. I completed the main story quest and two characters, like side story quests.
Okay.
So there's there's the main story that affects all of Genshin, and then there's some particular long story quests that have clues to the main story or tie-ins to introduce characters and things like that. And so completed all of that, and then completed a whole bunch of side quests. So was wildly productive in that game. And I played exactly no other games other than Genshin this week. I put in a shit ton of time in that.
You didn't play any
But
Dark Tide?
I did not play any Dark Tide. I had intentions of playing Dark Tide, and then I didn't. Just did other things.
Fair enough.
Worked on some hobby projects and watched them game at different points, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, your hobby projects are looking good.
Need to add some static grass to a tile I'm working on here after the podcast, but that makes such a mess that I've been putting it off. But and then I disassembled. There's a desk to my left for painting, and I hate the hinges, or not hinges, but drawer slides on them, because you can only pull the drawers out about 3/4 of the way. So, which is pretty common with IKEA stuff, because I mean they're cheap, whatever. But so I disassembled all of the hinges and took all the ball bearings out, and then 3D printed new ball bearing holders, and then reassembled and bent everything back into place. And so now the drawer is a little wobbly, but it goes all the way out. And then now I'm 3D printing. I'm attached. I'm 3D printing. I'm like little containers for everything. So these
there
are
you go.
like a little sanding sticks with their different grits on them, and then they fit into it's this Gridfinity thing. So I attach a bunch of things and they're stackable and whatever. So that drawer is slowly becoming organized as I print stuff with the new printer. But so, yep.
Is that
You have-
a resin printer or filament? I don't remember what you said.
Filament. So it the new one being significantly faster than my old one, it made these more palatable to actually make, just because I can print 3 of them in 2 hours as opposed to 1 of them in 3 hours.
I think mine comes December 15th, give or take a week.
Nice. That'll be cool.
Yeah, I can't fucking wait.
Make sure to order some filament ahead of time, because that would be a bummer to
It
have
comes
it.
with a decent amount, actually.
Nice. Because that would have been a bummer, having it show up and then no way to do anything.
They're sending 5 rolls.
This new one, they sent me a test PLA, a test water soluble support material. So you soak it in water and it dissolves the
interesting
support material, which I haven't tried yet, but it sounds cool. And then
it makes sense for yours because it has multiple nozzles. I was like, how does that work? But okay, yeah.
Well, so it's actually only one nozzle, but it has
4 spots that can extrude to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and then the last one they sent me was carbon fiber, filled, which I don't need anything that has super hard tensile strength. So I haven't used the carbon fiber one, but they sent
Use that on a cosplay mask. So if there's ever a shooter.
Yeah, I think with
I think it's ballistics.
If it's 40% infill, that is 100% gonna get shot in the face.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm gonna test that.
I just get carbon fiber in my face as well as lead and copper.
Disclaimer. I just want to throw a disclaimer. Identity Crisis is not saying carbon fiber is bulletproof. That's not what we're saying right now.
No.
Just so everybody listening is aware.
It is light and strong, but neither of those terms mean bulletproof. So
if somebody actually thought that it was based on any of us saying anything,
right. All I got from that is Josh is way more ambitious in life than I am, just in life in general. If I had a desk and the drawers only open 3/4 of the way, I'd be like, well, this is how it is. Let's move on with our lives. But Josh is disassembling the motherfucker and 3D printing shit to fix it. So kudos to you, Josh.
So the unfortunate thing I will say is that, so it's an IKEA Alex desk. And so there's 2 drawers. I haven't fixed the other one. But I also have 1, 2, 3. I have 12 more drawers on these 2 cabinets that are both Alex. And I could do it. It's fine. Like, all I need is some pliers and 3D printing and things like that. But it's wobbly enough that I don't know that I want to do that on all of them. So
Like Josh's Steam library. It's like 12% through a game and then he's done.
yes.
Right.
So I've started taking measurements with my calipers so that I can buy actual drawer slides that are made for high intensity usage instead of shitty IKEA ones that I have
There you go.
broken essentially. So there's
Fair enough.
there's better plans out there, but that's my plan currently.
All right. Well, let's move on. Adam, what have you been playing?
Some more Zero Sievert. Has played some Darktide with Justin and some folks. I set up my HTC Vive at the new house and was playing some VR stuff
There you go.
over the weekend, which was super fun. Played some Fallout, some Skyrim, Into the Radius. Actually downloaded Half-Life Alyx, but I haven't played it yet. Was hoping to try and play it before the podcast, but that didn't happen. Probably play some actually after the podcast. Then other than that, a lot of the weekend was spent in a couple game making programs actually. Been dabbling in making some pixel art and making a game, which you guys got to see a little bit of. Very bare bones. I can move a sprite up, down, left, and right, and collide with walls and stuff, but it is a start.
What is your
So,
character's name for our listeners?
it is a cop, and his name is Dixon Hardnut.
I like it.
Like it.
It's like the best name. I like it.
My dream is it's going to be a 2D looter shooter where you're going into like communities and houses that are procedurally generated, and you're like going into houses and stealing shit and
So, Training
killing
Day the
civilians.
game.
He's not a good he's not a good guy.
So,
Not a good guy at all.
Training Day the video game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Nice.
80s, and it's in the 80s, so he's
Okay.
gonna have
fair
some
enough.
like fun TVs with like rabbit ears and
There you
like
go.
that. Like it's gonna be super 80s. Yeah.
Very nice. Cool. Anything else?
I, I don't think I'm missing anything. No, I think that's it.
Cool. So me first and foremost, I rolled credits on Plague Tale Innocence,
Ooh,
which was a very good game. Very,
nice.
very, very good game. And then immediately started up Plague Tale Requiem, so I'm going through that now. Plague Tale Requiem, I'm not that far in. So far, even better than the first game, like far superior. You can tell technology's come a long way.
That's with the
That
rats, right?
Yes, and that's what I was gonna bring up next. In Plague Tale Requiem, the sheer amount of rats they can fit on the screen at one time, super impressive. Like holy shit. There's it's fucking crazy, dude. And a little scary, I'm not gonna lie at times. But anyways, so yeah, doing
Didn't
that.
Leif
Um
talk about that game way back in the day?
yeah, dude, he
When we were
loves it. He already
talking?
beat Requiem, so
Hmm.
he loves those games, which I do too. I don't know why I didn't give him a chance sooner. So very very good. Tell an awesome story. Um, even like some sci-fi elements pop in, which I wasn't expecting. So
Hmm.
yeah, like in a really cool way. So very much like it.
Is one a continuation of the other, or are they like two different in the same world?
Continuation.
Hmm.
Yeah, so you'd have to play Innocence first and then play Requiem if you kind of want to know what's going on.
Hmm.
Um, but super good. The fucking voice acting's good. The girl who plays Amicia Daroon's up for best performance at the Game Awards, which I think she deserves. So, um, yeah, it's super good. And I kind of like Requiem more too because it's like the first one. I mean, they're both linear games, but the second one gives you more options on how to get from A to B. You know what I mean? So, um, even though you still have this point you have to get to and it's not open world or anything, you still can like there are different ways to go about it, and I kind of like that. So, whereas the first game was pretty fucking linear, you got to get to A to B, and there's really one way to do it. So, um, but yeah, super good game, man. Super. What's that? You say something? Oh no, sorry. Um, super dark, very depressing game, but a lot of fun. So, like Requiem starts off where Amicia and Hugo, who are the two main characters, Hugo's her little brother, they're just like having fun, playing in the forest, playing hide and seek, and I'm like, well, this shit's not gonna last, and it didn't. It turned dark real quick. So,
The
um,
atmosphere did seem right up my alley. Like,
yeah. So I think
Is
give it a
there
shot, man.
combat?
What's that?
Is there combat?
Oh yeah, yep. There is. So not like God of War combat where you're running and fucking shit up, but there is combat. So, um, like Amicia's main weapon is a sling that she uses. She uses it as a melee weapon, or she chucks rocks at people's heads and
Just
kills
hitting a
them.
single rat.
Yeah, no.
Meh.
So, but yeah, there is combat in it. Um, anyway, super good game. So I'm hoping to get through Requiem maybe before. They're not very long either. So I want to say I beat the first one in like 10 hours. I don't know how long the second one is, but I'm hoping to get through it before Callisto Protocol on Friday. So we'll see if I make it through. Then the other one, obviously, rolled credits on God of War Ragnarok as well. And thank you. I had mentioned that it was probably going to be my favorite game of all time if they didn't fuck up the ending. And I had very high expectations for the ending, and it exceeded every expectation I had.
damn.
This is the best game ever made. This is my favorite game of all time, and Kratos is my favorite video game character ever. Like his arc from the very beginning to where he ends up in this game is just fucking incredible. They did an amazing job with Kratos, and Atreus and everybody. So, um, I have to be very careful what I say because I realized in the last episode nobody caught it, but I just about spoiled something huge when I was talking about it. So I'm gonna try and be real careful. Uh, so like I mentioned last week, the one of the reasons I like it is it feels like you're playing a Brandon Sanderson novel, where like build up, and then there's an epic battle at the end, and it's fucking awesome. This hits that note perfectly. Like a ton of build up, and then just this massive chaotic battle at the end, and it's fucking awesome. The boss fights remind me of Souls games a little bit. Not nearly as punishing, but like they definitely have the elements of you're playing a Souls game. Like you're fighting an Elden Ring boss. And I fucking love it. Um they just upped everything from the first game and made it better. I don't even know what else I can really say. The ending, so this isn't a spoiler. The developers have said the Norse side of it, Norse mythology, was going to be a 2 game. It is. They wrap it up. So they set it up for a sequel too. I don't know where they're going next, but the Norse is over. Um, it'd be super dope if they went to ancient Egypt, but I don't know if they're gonna go that route. That would be so cool. But where else could they go? Like, think about it. Greek is done. That was probably the biggest.
Modern day. We just go to Nam.
You, you're,
Kratos and Nam. Just
you're it's
He's
like
taking out both sides.
right, World War I trenches, like trench warfare.
modern war. I don't know. Like, could you imagine? Could you imagine Kratos in a modern war?
No, no, I could not. No. But yeah, I was trying to like
Maybe
where
some
else.
like Japanese, like
Japanese, that was another
war
one.
somewhere
Japanese or
over there.
Chinese even. I could
No.
see that. Um, but I don't know. But they're definitely there's going to be another game. Like there's no way they're going to give up on the God of War franchise. But where they go with it, I don't know. And then the last thing I'll say is the ending got me. Like it fucking got me, dude. Like I I've never I don't maybe The Last of Us Part 2 would be the closest thing I can think of where the ending hits you that hard, you know what I mean? Which Adam's the only one who's played it, so he's the only one who kind of knows what I'm talking about, but
Editing was intense in that for sure.
Yes. But just it was so good. It was so fucking good. Um, I mean, I feel like I'm gonna even going from this game to then I beat Plague Tale Innocence right after I rolled credits on God of War. Like, was a little bit jarring because you go from like this cinematic one camera shot to a game with like cutscenes again, and it was an Xbox One game, so it's a little bit older too. But um, I don't know. I just feel like this game's a masterpiece in storytelling, in gameplay, in character arcs, all the above. It's gorgeous. It looks incredible. The combat's phenomenal. I don't know, man. Like I just feel like this is like an upper echelon of a game. Like
Hmm.
this game might change things. It's one of those games, like an Elden Ring, a little bit, where
God
you're
I
of
like,
mean,
War.
oh,
in that genre
yes,
of
yes,
single player, you're
yes,
Story driven.
spoon fed, story driven sort of thing.
yes,
Yeah, like
exactly.
absolutely.
Where
Like
you're like, this is the gold standard now. This is the peak. This is the top tier. And good luck to every other developer.
because to like compare that to like an Elden Ring is significantly different, where you are creating your adventure
Yes,
versus something that's like
yes.
given to you. Like yeah, very
But
different.
I mean,
So
Elden Ring, when it comes to open world games, I feel like they change things. Like the no HUD or very limited HUD, no quest markers, that kind of thing. Like obviously Ubisoft's never going to make a game as punishing as Elden Ring, but I feel like they're taking note over there, and anybody else who's making an open world game should be taking note of just game design, just how FromSoft designed that game. I feel like it's going to change
well, I
things.
think they're just going back to the way games started, where secrets and like weird things you had to find them.
You had to
They
find
did
them.
they
Yeah,
weren't spoon fed to you. It
right,
was like an old game. If you found an invisible wall, you were like, holy shit, I found an invisible wall.
right,
Like,
right.
I mean, I guess when we grew up it was like before internet and like things were spoiled, but it's kind
Yeah,
of, if you got into Elden Ring and you didn't spoil yourself by going to the internet, like finding those things, it's that same experience of like, holy shit, I found a hidden wall, or like I never would have found this, or like the like exploring and finding it for yourself
hmm,
is way better than it just being like going to a marker on your map to check it off.
right,
You know,
exactly.
I think we all can agree on that.
And
So
it's kind of like I was just talking. The new expansion for WoW comes out tonight, like
Oh,
it already
four,
did like
like
two
30 minutes
hours
ago.
ago.
Oh, dude, yeah, okay.
It was at
Uh,
5 o'clock our time.
so back in the day, classic WoW was challenging. Like it knocked your teeth in, and then now it's like, oh, instant level to 90 or whatever the like,
right.
and it's just
Yeah.
like spoon fed. And so every time I've like, you know what, I'm gonna play this expansion, then I'm like, this is like a modern Pokemon game. This is like for children. I
Right,
want a game that's actually challenging, and
right.
so going kind of back to the basics, going back to what things originally were, where you had to be challenged, you had to actually like work for stuff, is very refreshing.
Yeah. I mean, I think I don't know, man. I just feel like this game God of War is gonna change some things. And like, is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. I have some complaints about the game. Kind of like what Justin said earlier. Traversal's slow, like it just is. I mean, they have enough filler and like story in between so that when you're kind of going from battle to battle, I don't get bored personally because I love just hearing them talk to each other and like kind of the dry humor. Justin, you haven't come across. There's a character Mimir that joins you later in a really crazy way, um, but he adds a lot of flavor to the game too. Um, and I don't know, like I enjoy that, but it is slower. And then the menu system is still just a clusterfuck. I don't know how they fix that, but like getting to your equipment and shit like that, it just I don't know, it's not good. And then I don't think this is a spoiler anymore because it's all over gameplay trailers, it's over reviews, so I'm just gonna say it and hopefully it's not a spoiler. I don't think it is, but in Ragnarok, you don't play as Kratos the whole time. Atreus is old enough that there are parts of the game where you play as Atreus. He's the character you go through the game with. He's not nearly as fun to play as Kratos is, so that's kind of another complaint I have. He gets more fun as the game progresses, but especially the first time you take over as him, it's like, oh Jesus, really?
I thought you control him a little bit in the first God of War, like where you shooting his arrows or like telling him where to shoot arrows
hit
Yeah,
or
a
but I'm
button.
talking
something.
just him. Like you
Got,
just
oh,
control
got it,
him.
got it, got it, got
So,
it. Meh.
but it's not nearly as fun. Kratos just runs in and fucks shit up, and that's a blast. Justin, do you like the Leviathan axe? That's my favorite weapon in any game too.
I mean, I do. Yes, I do, and I would say like being able to launch the axe and then recall it whenever you want, and the fist fights and like the animations of ripping the dudes
Yeah,
when you get them stunned. Like, there's definitely cool elements, and again, I don't. The combat's fun. It's the traversing is what I don't know how long I can take. So
fair enough. And
we'll
I
see. We'll
if you
see
do
what
keep playing,
the flow is.
yeah, if you do keep playing, I'd just mainline it then. Just get through the main story because there's a ton of side shit to do, obviously, in it as well. But
Yeah, and I was worried about like just to see. I went off the beaten path a couple times, and of course, there's shit to pick up and
loot.
stuff that and it's like, well, there's a part of me that like can't not do that. So I'm struggling with prioritization there.
Right, that's fair. But anyways, I've talked enough about this game. You're gonna hear about it again in our Game of the Year episode, so we'll move on for now.
I do have to ask, since it is the best game for you, are you going to be mad if Elden Ring wins?
No, absolutely not. I if either Elden Ring or God of War Ragnarok wins, I'd be like, that's absolutely fair. That's absolutely fair. I don't want to take anything away from Elden Ring. Elden Ring is a genre defining fucking masterpiece. And I'll always think that. So I definitely don't want to take anything away from that. But and as a matter of fact, I do think Elden Ring will win Game of the Year over Ragnarok. So, and if they do, it'll be deservedly so because it's an awesome, awesome game. It's a good problem to have when you have two masterpieces come out in the exact same
Right?
year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
fuck yes.
They're just
So,
very different. I mean,
very
God of
different.
War has been around for a long time and it's got its own IP, and Elden
Yeah.
Ring is a From Software, which is very much a cult following of people.
Right.
But I also know a lot of people that got Elden Ring that have never touched Dark Souls games. So I don't know.
I mean, I'm a guy
I'd be
who
curious how many of those people actually finish the
right.
game.
I'm a
Like,
guy who I've played Dark Souls games and I hate Dark Souls games and I loved Elden Ring, so it's a little more accessible, I
and
think.
I'd be
But
curious, like, why or what was different. But it's like there's besides the open world,
I
obviously
think
that is a
that
huge difference, obviously.
exploration,
But
I think,
yeah,
was the biggest part of it. So, and like if you ended up in an area where like, well, I'm fucked, you could just come back later. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Whereas Dark Souls, you're on a path.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
definitely. So, anyways, we've talked enough about God of War. I apologize for rambling so much the past few weeks. But special, very special game. So all
Do we
right,
want to
let
do conspiracy theory?
yeah, let's do
Yeah,
conspiracy.
she's staring at me.
Let's
So
do it.
Oh, don't look.
Hello.
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 I'm gonna redeem myself this week. Here we go.
No, you're not.
You're
You're
not.
fucking. It's fine.
Probably.
can you hear?
No, no, I can't hear.
Hello.
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 Really? Hello, hello, hi.
There we go.
Hello, hello, hi.
Okay, I'm just gonna read it. What movie prompted U.S. President Ronald Reagan to push for the Computer Fraud Abuse Act of 1984 to be passed in Congress?
War games.
A,
Yeah, that was what I was thinking right away.
Go ahead.
is it A, Hackers, B, The Net, C, War Games, D, Tron?
See,
I think it is C,
Yeah,
but I
those
gotta
are
go
all
Hackers.
really good.
The like fingerless
I'd say
gloves.
Hackers is such a good movie.
I think that came out like a couple years later, actually.
Though Ronald Reagan is like an actor and stuff, so I could see him totally being conned by Tron. Like, god damn it, these are all such good ones. I'm gonna go with my gut though and say War Games,
I'm gonna
but
say War Games too.
I'm worried because
sticking with
Ryan
you
is
guys.
picking that one, and Ryan is like a bad omen. I feel like I should go with Tron now.
Are you
I'm
going
gonna go with,
Tron?
I'm gonna go Tron
Okay.
only because
So-
Ryan is bad luck.
Justin,
Well, I'm
what are you going
sticking to
with?
C.
Okay.
Okay.
It is C. War Games.
Yes.
Oh!
Redemption.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The fact that you said it before
I know.
you
Yeah.
even listened to me, I was like, okay.
I mean, that was my
it
first thought as well.
It was the right.
like,
it's the right. Yeah.
it's a
I was
very
like,
good
it
movie.
has to be. Yeah. Oh, fucking awesome movie. Matthew Broderick before he was Matthew Broderick. Hell yeah, dude. Very good movie.
I think he was always. But...
Well, yeah, I know. Okay, sorry. Matthew
Before he is
Broderick.
Ferris Bueller, is that
Yes,
what you want
there
to
you go.
say?
That's
There
what I
you
was
go.
gonna
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
yeah.
there. Yeah.
All right. Let's do our little Metacritic competition here. So, just to refresh everybody, I have a list of 20 games that I picked out that are set to release January, February, or March of next year. We are each going to take turns picking. We're going to end up with 5 games each. And we are going off of the critic score because I don't want to deal with user review bombing shit for no reason. So we're going off of the critic score. So when we pick these games, this is not necessarily the games that we're most excited for. These are the games that we think are going to score the best critically. Just a reminder as well, one thing that fucked me and Justin last year, if you get a game delayed out of the window, it's 0 points. But really, the thing that fucked me the most was I got stuck with WWE 2K22. But
You still didn't get last place, so that's
true, I didn't.
something.
That's because Justin had 2 games delayed. Otherwise, I would have had last place. So, but anyway, so the order we're going to choose, we're going to do the opposite of the result from last year. So last year, Justin finished in last place. He will have the number 1 overall pick. I finished in 3rd place, so I'll have the 2nd pick. Adam finished in 2nd place, he'll have the 3rd pick. And Josh was our winner last year, so he will have the 4th pick. And we are going in snake draft order 1 through 4, 5 through 8, you know. So, Justin, I am curious. I cannot choose what my first pick is going to be, so I'm kind of hoping you take one of them. But Justin, what is your number 1 pick going to be?
All right. So real quick, would it help if we all picked a color and highlighted it?
Yeah, that's how I
if
did it
you
last
wanted to
time.
do
Was
it,
I
yeah.
just wrote people's names in?
There, yeah. Whatever.
All right.
I'm green, bitch.
Justin's purple.
I have
obviously.
my own tracking system on my end because I had to come up with a compiled list in order
Fair enough.
and
Well, I'll
things.
highlight
You
you
can't
for
be
you.
green if I pick first. So I'm just kidding.
Those goes.
3.
All right,
Nice.
Justin.
Okay.
Company of Heroes 3 for
Yep.
Justin.
Solid choice.
What makes you think Company of Heroes 3 is going to score so high?
I don't know, but I'm really excited for it, and I have a stupid amount of time on Company Heroes 2.
They're good
And
RTSs. They're
it's-
solid RTSs in a good genre, and like I don't know.
one of the best RTSs I think
Mm-hmm.
that I've ever played. It's just in like they've got the rock paper scissors down so well that I don't know. There's just something really fucking fun about that game, and they're always popular. Company Heroes 1 and 2 are still being played by a lot of people, so I would suspect that this one will come out good, come out swinging.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, so first game off the board. Now, I got 2 options here. One that I don't know how it's going to score, but I know it's going to release. I'm not worried about it getting delayed. And another one that I know is going to score very, very high, but I think it's going to get delayed. And I don't know Do I do the safe bet? Do I go safe bet? I think
We
I'm
don't know.
gonna.
We don't know.
God damn it!
Roll the bones, Ryan. Roll the bones.
I'm gonna go with the safe bet. I'm taking Forspoken. So I've talked enough about this game. I feel like I have to have it on my list because since the beginning I've been like, oh, this game's gonna be something special. So I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is on this one a little bit.
What's the cutoff for these being released?
End of March.
You
Yeah,
won.
until the end of March. So April
Bless you.
1st. If it releases,
I
if
said
it,
Adam said bless you. I saw.
if it releases anytime in April, you're out. 0 points. So, anyways, Forspoken, I've talked about since we saw really the first gameplay trailer because I've only seen the first gameplay trailer and then I stopped watching anything about it. I feel like this game's gonna be special. I just do. I just got a feeling, and I hope I'm right. But it's set to release in January and it's already been delayed twice, so I feel like I'm safe that this one's actually gonna come out. I don't know how it's gonna score though, so we will see there. I hope I made the right choice there. Adam, what is your first pick?
I'm going kind of with you. A safe bet for my first pick. Destiny 2 Lightfall.
That is a very safe pick. That's a good pick though.
It's gonna come out in February. Like
You say
guarantee it.
you want
So
green?
yeah.
All right.
And then it'll be a solid number. You know, it's not gonna
Yeah.
do horrible, but it's Destiny. People are gonna get it. And people are gonna play it. So
Definitely. I don't know if Destiny's ever had an expansion that scored super low. So I think that's a very safe bet. They're
yeah.
always pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, always. All right, Josh, you have 2 picks in a row.
I'm not going to play it safe, and I'm picking Hogwarts Legacy.
Ooh, look
Oh.
at that.
We're
That was
Gonna
my
get
pick.
delayed.
yeah, I fully anticipate this one to get delayed, and then it's just gonna fuck me over. But if it actually does come out, oh boy, like there's no way that this, even if that game sucks ass, it's a Harry Potter franchise. Like they're gonna give it pretty decent reviews because like
The critics will
which
because they're paid off to give them
exactly
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
like
yeah.
really like if a critic gave a Harry Potter game a bad score, they would get death threats. Like
Right.
Yeah,
that's
they
the
would
environment
never
we
work
live in.
again. Yeah.
Not that I agree with that by any
He's not
means,
wrong.
but that's
He's not
how
wrong.
life works right now. So Hogwarts Legacy, if it comes out, I'm excited. And then for my second pick, I'm going to go with something a little safer,
Okay.
and I'm picking the Resident Evil 4 remake.
That's
But
a
that was my
damn
number
good pick.
2.
That's a
Not
damn
anymore, it
good
ain't.
pick.
That was my number 2.
Okay.
All right.
Highlighted that one as well.
Yeah, and I if you remember, this game was like huge when it came out initially. It came out on the GameCube, the PS2. It came out on the Xbox. Came out on PC. It like blew up, and I haven't really seen Resident Evil quite so popular until what, Biohazard maybe. And so I fully anticipate this one to get very good reviews. Not like 10 out of 10s by any means, but like solid 8.5s. So.
Fair enough. All right. Dude, I think my second choice might make it back to me unless Adam snags it right now.
Probably. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Thanks, bud.
Not so he
Adam,
wins, just to fuck you over specifically.
Adam, what's your second pick?
Sweep that rug right underneath him. So yeah, he totally stole my number 2. My backup number 2, because I've just shifted my list and everything. Dead Space remake.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That was my
Snag
number
that
3.
one up right away.
I feel like there's no way that game's gonna score low. The only way it might score low is if EA
If
fucks
it
with
just doesn't come out.
Yeah, right.
No, I feel like if it comes out, it will score well. That's the kicker. But no, that's gonna be a shoe in.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think it's gonna be goddamn good. I mean it's Dead Space, dude. It's the best survival horror game ever made. How do you? Like I said, unless
Funny
EA
enough is like I've never played through all of them or like many of them, so but I just know that they have such a cult following that
Yeah,
it's gonna do
definitely.
well.
One
I
and
think
two
so.
are definitely worth playing, but
Oh, for sure. 3 skippable. 3
I still
skippable.
remember watching the Netflix animated show of Dead Space, and like
or watched
Hmm.
it.
that was spooky.
Right.
Hmm.
All right. So my next pick, I don't think Justin's gonna take it. So do I risk letting it fall into the next round and maybe I can scoop it there? I think I'm gonna risk it. My next pick, I'm gonna take Like a Dragon Ishin.
Oh, that was my
So
number 3 pick. Thank you.
so just in line with the fucking Yakuza games, always they're solid games and they always score really well. Yakuza Like a Dragon, I have not played, but it scored very well. I played Yakuza 1, 2, 3, and 0, I think. So I think Like a Dragon is going to score very well. And it's early enough that even if it gets delayed, it might still be in the window, is my hope. So that's what I'm going with. Now I'm praying to God Justin doesn't take my long shot in
He's
the
got
next 2.
2 picks, so
I know he does. So Justin, what do you got?
So I'm kind of torn here, but I'm gonna take Wolong
Fuck
Fallen
you!
Dynasty.
God damn it! I should have taken it. I think it's gonna
Good
get delayed.
choice.
I think that's it. That might, honest to God, Justin, be the highest scoring game.
So
Like,
I've never played any of the others, but when I looked on Steam on their catalog, they've got a lot of very positive reviewed games,
Mhm.
and so I kind of went there. Um,
that's that could be. I found that could be the highest scoring game on here, honestly. But is it gonna release? That's my biggest question.
you gave that to Adam.
Oh shit!
That's
Sorry,
me. I'm
man.
not green. Oop, and now everything's getting all fucked
No,
up.
it's all fucked up.
Now it's all fucked up. There. Now it's not
I'll
fucked up.
stop. Do you want to do it, Adam
Yeah,
or
I
Ryan?
got it.
Sorry.
I'm not
I got
good.
it.
All right,
um,
and my next one, which is probably really stupid to do, but I'm going to Dead Island 2.
That I don't know if that's stupid, man. I don't know if it
I don't think
is.
If
it's
it
gonna come out though. I
releases,
think that's why he's
Yeah,
saying it's stupid, and I agree. And it's like it's a stretch if that's coming out before March.
right. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, cause was it originally slated for this holiday,
it was
or was
originally
it
slated for like
always?
2 years ago.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
Yeah,
it's
we've
Well,
been
been
waiting
delayed a
forever.
they
handful.
revealed it 8 years ago. So, um,
Yeah,
all
it
right.
says February, but we'll see.
Before we continue, I just want to know, Josh, how does it feel getting stuck with Skull and Bones as the last game? Is that gonna feel good? You excited for that?
Why do I have to pick Skull and Bones?
Yeah,
Because you have the final pick. That's gonna be the game left over. That's my
Hmm.
guess.
there's
I think that there are way worse games on this list.
Really, then Skull and Bones? That game's gonna be a
Yes,
disaster.
absolutely. I think there's going to be worse games than Skull and
can't
Bones.
be better than
Interesting.
that Atlas like spin-off Sea of Thieves game. So whatever.
Right. Okay, so the next one I'm going to take. Okay, so this one wasn't on my radar at all, and then it just kind of popped up on my Xbox Marketplace as games coming soon. And the more I looked into it, I was like, God damn, this looks really good. I'm gonna go with Atomic Heart. Um,
It does look good.
what's
It's
that?
not on my
It does
radar at
look
all.
good.
It was
I
not on
I
my
had never
radar
heard
at
of it,
all. Yeah,
but
never.
I looked it up for this, and it does look
Yes,
pretty good.
it looks very good. So, I'm that's kind of out there a little bit, but I think I got a shot on that one. We'll see how it
I'm already
goes.
turned off by the price point of $60. I don't know why. I'm just saying, like scrolling through it and like looking at it, like nope.
Fair enough. That's fine.
Mm.
Adam.
I hope it comes out. But Sons of the Forest.
There you go. All right.
That was my next one.
Yeah. I sure as shit hope it comes out, but you never know.
You never know.
I am not like a dragon, Ishin, by the way.
You don't like it?
No. I've just noticed on your thing that's highlighted green. I did not pick that
Oh fuck! I
game.
picked that one. God damn it! I'm failing hard. All right, there we go. I think we're good now.
But yeah, if that comes out, great game. Forest was amazing. I think they're really gonna branch out and make it even crazier. And that had a fucking crazy story. And like without spoilers, the like twists at the end and stuff was like holy shit. It's really cool. So
Definitely, absolutely.
hope
So
yeah.
is Sons of the Forest a continuation, direct continuation? No idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I hope they fix in the first one if like we ran into this, but like Adam and I clear a cave and then new people join the server and need to go say the water cave where you have to go down with the scuba gear. There's like hardly any monsters anymore in it, and it's I don't know. Like I hope
Because you
that they
cleared
have
out bigger mobs and they like didn't they didn't respawn
yeah,
or anything.
I hope that they have a way to kind of keep like sort of the replayability, if you will, because it sucks if you have to have every single person on at the exact same time to do any sort of quest line thing without, you know what I mean? Who knows?
That's fair. Um. Okay. So Josh, you got 2 in a row.
So I'm going to. So honestly, from the rest of the list, there is a lot of shit I have either never heard of or don't expect to be very good. So I'm gonna pick Horizon Call of the Mountain.
Fair enough. Going
I
for
think
the
it's
VR title.
I think it's gonna do fairly well. Not like Horizon numbers,
I'm
but I
not
think
gonna download it for my
uh,
VR.
I
um,
think is it only on PSVR 2?
I don't know. That might affect things.
Oh, is it gonna be one of the release PSVR
I think
twos?
it is.
Okay,
So
got it, got
I
it,
don't know
got
if
it.
that's gonna help or hurt, honestly. But
It
uh,
it'll
and
help because anyone that's getting a PSVR two is gonna buy it
super
because
excited
it's a
about it.
release title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm gonna do something that's gonna surprise you, Ryan.
do
I'm picking
not.
Skull and Bones now.
God damn it.
I am picking
I
Skull and
hope that
Bones.
haunts you. I hope that comes back to
Um,
haunt you.
I don't think it's gonna score that badly, honestly. So here's. Do you want to hear my how I chose my game list here?
Go for it.
Hear it.
So
Pirate
on
games.
on Metacritic,
Yeah.
there is a hype score within the pages. So it's like how much people are interacting with Metacritic for said game. I generated my list, and then I went through and compiled all of their hype ratings to make some final tweaks. And I had Skull and Bones pretty low on the list. But actually, Skull and Bones is like the 5th highest hype rating on Metacritic of any of these games. So,
But the people that are hyped are the users, and they're
correct.
not the like score we're taking into account. We're taking
Correct.
into account the like media journalists doing it. So,
I think that
but
it
you're
will
right, the
have
hanging.
just general enough enjoyment that it will be mid tier.
I
Okay,
feel
Uh,
like the
it's a
hype
safe bet.
score the hype score is like I know you guys don't play fantasy football, but in fantasy football, before games happen, somebody puts down a projected points that doesn't mean fuck all. It doesn't mean anything. Like it's just a
I
random arbitrary number they throw out.
I don't think that's the case because this is actually based off of like analytics of what's happening now. While the with fantasy sports, it's how did they do last season, uh,
Yeah.
and then they speculate on this season because of it. Um, so it's slightly more thought put into it, but I mean not a ton.
Okay.
Um,
Do you want to make a side bet, Josh? Should we do this? You want to make a prop bet?
Depends on what the prop bet is.
What?
Okay, so I'm gonna set the over under at a Metacritic score of 55, and I'll take the under. You want the over?
Yeah, I'll take that.
You'll take the over.
Yeah,
You think Skull and Bone do better than 55? Okay.
I
I think
do.
it's gonna be worse than 55.
Yeah.
I'm guessing high 60s, low 70s personally,
Interesting.
but I'm
Okay.
taking the over.
All right. So everybody's here. It's in recorded history now. 55. I'm taking the under. Josh taking the over. We'll see how this works out. We gotta think of like something fun too. If
I was
I'm
gonna
right,
say, what
if
is?
I win,
Oh boy.
Justin got me those Stormlight minifigs for my birthday or for Christmas, one of the some holiday. You have to paint one of them if I'm right.
I'm down with that plan.
And if you're right, I don't know, you think of something.
You bake me
gotta
100.
you gotta play Genshin Impact.
Oh,
take that.
stream it. We'll stream Genshin someday.
Yes.
All right,
I
so if
mean,
I'm right,
not to the current content because that would take you literally months. But
No, but like make
some
make
some
the
amount.
surgery and like go through the
Yeah.
okay, that's the deal. Okay, so if you win,
Love it.
I will play Genshin Impact, stream it if you want me to.
Yeah.
And if I
Yes.
win, I get to pick one of the minifigs when Justin gets them, and you have to paint it for me, and it has to be nice. It can't be
Yes.
like
He
a,
would
it
do
can't be
it
like
nice.
a fuck
Josh
you.
wouldn't
No,
do
but
it
I mean,
terrible.
it can't be like a fuck you.
Not
like when somebody
intentionally,
bets
at least.
$100 and they pay in pennies. It can't be like that.
No. No, I'm an asshole, but like that not in that way.
Yeah, you would
Alright,
do it
fair
nice.
enough. All right. All right, moving on. Adam, what do you got?
Hopefully again it comes out Octopath Traveler 2.
That was my next.
I don't know, dude. Like, my concern is
They're
It's-
gonna do again okay. That and
I think they'll
Triangle
do
Strategy,
yeah.
they're gonna do okay. Again,
The-
as long as it comes
Do-
out.
I
we
don't think
know?
I'm gonna play it, to be honest with you. Like, the
You know,
classes.
tons of people are gonna play it though.
Yeah, I know.
People are
I mean, I'm gonna
drooling
play it.
for like those old school, like I don't know, like
I thought a weird choice was that the classes, there's 8 classes, obviously,
mhm.
exact same in 2 as 1. Like, they didn't add any new classes. It's all. And I was
And
like,
how well did the first one do?
Yeah, it did great. I loved the first one.
There you go.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right.
I got an
Final Fantasy
83.
has been doing it for
83.
Fair enough.
15 games. Like
You say 83?
Octopath Traveler for the Switch got an 83. Triangle Strategy got an 84.
Ooh,
yeah.
Um,
I'm just saying it's gonna do at the worst low 70s
Alright.
and like
Fair
at the
enough.
worst, and that's still a great number.
All right.
So
See how it goes.
the,
All right.
the user
My
score.
next pick. After I just shit on your strategy, I'm gonna go the exact same strategy you just did, Adam.
yeah,
I literally just shit on you. I'm gonna take Fire Emblem Engage
yeah, that's a good one. It's a good one to pick.
for the exact same reasons you just chose Octopath Traveler 2.
So, I loved Three Houses. But haven't there been like 6 Fire Emblem games since then?
Yeah, there's been a few. What was the most recent one I played? That's like the Dynasty Warriors type. I enjoyed it. It was good.
I don't remember,
So
but
I feel like Fire Emblem.
I have heard about none of them past Three Houses. Three Houses blew up because it is a very good game, but
Does
I have
Smash Bros count?
no.
No,
No.
Just
like,
Three Houses.
no.
I mean,
Characters were
I
insane.
I love Marth and whatever Roy, but nah.
All right, but yeah, I think Fire Emblem games always score pretty well. It's a Switch game, you get the Nintendo bump, so
Yeah.
going Fire Emblem Engage. Justin, final 2 picks.
All right. I am going with The Day Before.
That's a good choice. That was gonna
That
be
was
my
my
next
next.
pick.
Hmm.
You're the one who introduced me to that game, by the way.
The only thing that makes me nervous about it is I don't feel like MMOs typically launch on time.
Mm-hmm.
But if that game does pull out what they're advertising, I think it's going to make some waves.
Yeah.
The gameplay looks fantastic. And I mean, we're close enough now with some of the videos I've seen that I am hopeful. But again, MMOs, you never fucking know.
Right.
And so my final pick, I'm gonna go with Deliver Us Mars.
Good choice. All right. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about it. It looks interesting. Like I watched the trailers, so
It's
space
not a game I
exploration.
would ever play, but it does look interesting. Um, Next gen for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Um, and space exploration typically do pretty good, so hopefully it'll be all right. All right. So I'm going with the safest of safe picks for my final pick because I know it's going to release. I'm going One Piece Odyssey. It's due to
Hmm.
come out at the very beginning of January, and I know it's going to release, and that's the only reason I'm picking it. So,
This was my
um,
bottom game. This is the
was it your
very
last one?
very last
One
one.
Piece, yeah.
This is the one that I was like, fuck Skull and Bones. I'm getting stuck with One Piece. Uh,
I guess we both have pirate games we're unsure
yeah,
about.
yeah.
But yeah,
Looks
the
so
other
cool.
two games on the list are both scheduled to come out in March, I believe. So if there's ever going to be a delay, it's going to be those. One Piece I know is going to come out, mainly because the developers aren't give a fuck whether the game's finished or not. They're going to send it out. So I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's going to score well, but it is going to score. So that's the important part here. Um, I just realized I picked 3 games that release in January. I'm playing it safe this year, so
Learned your lesson.
yep. Adam, 2 games left. What do you got?
Dude, they're both trash. I don't even know what to think at this point.
Flip a coin,
I
bub.
literally didn't know either of these, and like I had to quickly just like Google look at images of them, and they both look terrible. But I'm just gonna go with the Wild Heart.
Wild
See, and I
Hearts.
don't
The
think Wild Hearts looks terrible.
They both do. Like I don't know what you want.
Wild Hearts, or as we're probably going to be called, Monster
Wanted
Hunter
Dead.
Light.
Like oh yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
Monster.
Well, Wanted Dead
Even
is also by the same Wolong people, Komi.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So that has potential. And I
Which
thought Wild Hearts actually looks interesting, and there's a huge following for those hunter games. So
no, dude, I
Yeah.
feel like they're going to do it worse. I mean, it's made by Omega Force Dynasty Warriors, so it's going to be Dynasty Warriors Monster Hunter. I don't know, dude.
No, yeah, we'll see.
All right, which means Josh, what is your final pick?
Wanted Dead. It actually was not the bottom of my list. My bottom of my list was One Piece Odyssey, Wild Hearts, Wanted Dead. So
Okay.
third to
So you
last,
won.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm happy with those results.
Everybody happy with your list?
Yeah, sure, why not?
If these games come out, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because I'm just hoping to coast on Hogwarts Legacy. I'm just hoping to coast through the finish line with that one. I mean, I had the reason I won last year was because of Elden Ring. I think. I
Yeah.
just
Which
coasted
scored,
on
what,
Elden Ring.
96 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping I can pull out a second year of that.
I'm not gonna. I feel like Justin got the sleeper pick here with Wolong. I feel like if that game releases, I feel like that could push Justin into the #1 spot. So
It's
we'll
my
see.
middle tier because of the release. Like,
Right.
yeah.
Yes. Is it going to come out? We'll see. Um. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with my list. I picked all my games real early to make sure that they all release. So we'll see what happens there. Um. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm pretty happy with it. But if I had to pick a winner right now, I would say Justin's got the lead if Wolong releases. I think Justin's the guy to beat if that game comes out.
I have a question about our side bet. What if it
Yeah.
doesn't come out? Like
Ooh.
in
We'll just say when it does come out.
when
It'll
it does
out
come out?
eventually.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I
it doesn't
assumed
have to
that
be.
was the case.
Yeah.
That I didn't just lose the bet because it didn't release.
Also,
But
what if it hits at a 55 on the dot?
then we both
Then
lose.
Then we
Yeah.
we just tie.
Yeah, yeah.
Then
Alright.
Justin makes the mini, and Josh has to play Genshin. Wait, what?
Yeah.
That'll work.
No, no,
That'll
no.
work.
I liked the idea of pawning one of these off on Josh.
Yeah. Dude, I feel Skull and Bones is gonna be a fucking dumpster fire. I just think it's gonna be real bad.
I think it will be a dumpster fire that gets moderately okay reviews. I don't expect it to be good. I just expect it to do better than a 55.
I can't
Uh.
wait to see IGN comes out and gives it a 2. I'm gonna be like, yes. All right. One listener question this week. Then we'll do pick of the week, and then we'll get out of here, boys. Pistol Pete writes in. Hi, Pistol Pete.
It's the
What up,
Pete.
Pistol
What up,
Pete?
Pete?
Pew 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 pew.
Pistol
Bow,
Pete
bow.
says, "Hey guys, who is a
Pew,
celebrity
pew,
that
pew,
no one
pew,
hates? Someone we can all collectively agree is awesome." Have we had this question before?
I don't recall it. Not
Okay,
that it
don't
means a whole
remember.
lot.
I feel like we have, but who is a celebrity that no one hates? Something that we can all collectively agree is awesome. I picked 3 of them because I don't want mine to get stolen.
Wow.
Adam, we'll start with you.
I think we can all agree that the merc with the mouth that's Canadian is clearly the most lovable person
Ryan
ever,
Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. So,
Damn good choice.
He is
Damn
great.
good choice.
He is
right?
great.
I mean, like,
He-
even though he's slowly taking over the world and we don't realize it, like, even through sports teams and other things and, like, banks and other shit, like,
Jin.
he's such a lovable guy. Like, come
He's-
on.
There's some rumors that he might be in the market for a hockey team right now.
Ooh.
And it's
So
true, and because the Senators are up for sale, and I don't know if you've seen the like floating logo that's going around of them changing the like red mass senator to the Deadpool. It's hilarious. And well, he was at a game and like there was like a stand up applause and stuff because it was like one of the first weeks they went on saying that the team was up for sale, and he just bought that like soccer team in England, and like wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he's Canadian. He's gonna buy the Senators potentially.
Right. That'd be crazy, dude.
distinct
He's got a
possibility.
football club and an NHL team. That'd be
Yeah.
nuts.
So yeah, he's slowly taking over the world, but he's such a lovable guy.
Yeah,
So
he is.
Soccer club, Ryan.
Yeah, sorry, soccer club. He has a soccer club. All right. So that's a good choice. And Ryan Reynolds seems like one. Like, there's some celebrities that are nice, but you're like, you're probably a dick behind the scenes. He's not one of them. Like, he's one that you pretty good bet he's genuinely a
I
nice
think he'd be
person.
fun to just like have a couple
Yeah.
drinks with and like actually talk with him, and I feel like he'd be like a genuine person.
Right.
He does
Definitely.
I hope.
he does seem like he's not being a character, even
Right.
though he is a character. Like
He himself is the character, but
yeah,
he's such a nice,
yeah,
lovable
he's just like
character.
yeah,
so.
he just seems like a nice guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
think we can all agree, Ryan
I
Reynolds.
agree. I'm with
yeah.
Josh, what do you got?
Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
Like everybody's neighbor, he's I have never met a human being that dislikes Mr. Rogers.
Right.
I've met people who don't know who he is, but like I don't know. He's just sweet old man. And yeah, so I don't know if it counts since he's dead now. So
Spoilers.
but spoilers to when I was in middle school. But yeah, gotta go with Mr. Rogers.
Okay, good choice. Justin.
So I also had 3. I'm just gonna blast them all. Jeff Bridges,
Oh, there you go. Seems like
Sam
cool dude.
Elliott,
I
Yeah.
don't know who Sam Elliott is.
and Jason Momoa.
Jason, fuck yeah, dude.
He seems like a fun guy.
Dude, I almost made a Game Award prediction as my long shot that he was going to come out dressed as Kratos and announce a Kratos show or a God of War show. Oh, that'd be so dope.
Jason
Cute.
Momoa as Kratos?
Fuck yeah, dude. Are you kidding me?
He's
Be
one of the only
perfect.
actors that would be big enough.
Yeah, you'd be perfect.
Whatever.
I mean,
The Rock could do it way
The
better.
Rock, but that's who it's
The
gonna
Rock
be.
could do it
The Rock
way
couldn't play
better.
him.
Yeah,
Huh?
The Rock
you would
could
do.
not play him better.
Yeah,
Yeah, he would.
I'm with Justin 100%.
Sorry,
Jason Momoa is the
Aquaman.
clear
He
choice.
was. Sorry,
Well,
those
it
movies
didn't
not
help
great.
that Aquaman was not a great movie.
Yeah,
Watch-
I'm just
I mean,
like, I'm
if
sorry.
we're gonna
his acting in that was terrible.
if we're gonna pick terrible movies, then like what The Rock was in like Tooth Fairy and like was that a great movie? Like, so
Have you
I
guys
mean,
watched
not
the show
He was
necessarily
he was
fair.
in wrestling. That's the worst movie.
Because what was it?
Watch Yeah, go ahead, Justin.
I was just gonna say, watch the show C on Apple TV and tell me that Jason Momoa would not play a perfect Kratos.
Perfect Kratos. Absolutely.
And
He's got the
C
voice too.
is top 3 best shows I've ever seen. Anyways,
Mm. What's that on? C?
Apple.
App.
Yeah.
Oh well. Okay, now I'm gonna watch that. Okay.
You can find a way.
You can find a way.
If I really wanted.
It's
I-
it's worth it. I promise you, it's amazing of a show.
Also,
Um,
watch Red Road, which also has him in it from like the early 2010s.
Good.
But
All right.
Got it. 12 years later, he's changed as an actor.
Okay, so I had 3 as well that nobody picked, so I'm gonna rifle them off too.
Hmm.
1, Keanu Reeves. Everything people have said is he's just like the most wonderful human being ever.
I can think of one person who hates him. Chandler from Friends. His biography came out a couple months ago, and he references that he wished Keanu Reeves died instead of his friends like 3 times in it. It's
What the
very specific and very weird. But
Wow.
I saw that on my Google News feed
He
months
kind of
ago.
went off the rails, didn't he?
I mean, he was a big drug addict and
yeah.
like alcoholic and shit. But
Chandler or Keanu?
Chandler.
Chandler.
I got it.
Chandler. And then my second choice was Mark Hamill. Everybody loves Mark Hamill. Luke Skywalker, dude. Everybody loves Mark Hamill. And then my last one, Rest in Power, Betty White. That was my other one. Like, who doesn't fucking love Betty White? Let's be real.
Betty White is dope. So.
Now that you're saying that, I feel like LeVar Burton should be on there.
Oh, fuck
Just
yeah.
because
yeah.
because
Yeah.
of Community, when he does show up as like himself,
Right.
I feel like he's just like showing up being himself. He's like, "Hey, how's it going? Like,
Yeah.
do you want to talk about anything?" He's like, scared.
LeVar Burton should
A
absolutely be
picture in it, and the person is completely different.
You
LeVar
can't
Burton, I feel
disappoint a picture.
so good. So good.
There's a game company called Blacksite Studios. I bought Don't Look Back from them not too long ago, the tabletop game. But right now, this weekend, I think only, they have a 4-pack of miniatures, which are the Golden Girls with guns, like with AKs and shit. They're fantastic. I don't know what I would ever use them for, but I was tempted. But
Playing in like
Very
a Fallout board
Yeah,
game,
there
and
you
they're
go.
like in one of the tribes or something.
go.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
All
There you
right,
go.
well, thank you very much for the question, Pistol Pete. We do appreciate it. We gave you a few extra
Pew,
answers,
pew,
too.
pew, pew.
There you go. All right, boys, quick pick of the week, and then we'll get out of here. I'm just going to get mine out of the way. God of War Ragnarok. Everybody needs to fucking play this game. Incredible. Incredible. That's mine. Adam, pick of the week.
Get out there and do something creative. I made a game maker,
Make a
or
game.
or a sprite. I don't know. I was getting sick of playing games, and I wanted to make my own that actually checks all the boxes. So I'm gonna do it myself. I'm
go.
becoming an old man, basically, right? And I'm like, if I can't do it myself, I'm gonna do it myself.
Get on my
Like
goddamn lawn.
you can't do it. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna make my looter shooter game, and it's gonna be great.
Nice.
You should make a level in it where the 3 of us, actually the 4 of us, are all sitting around a table with microphones, even though it's in the 80s. Like we're recording a
I mean,
podcast.
there were microphones in the 80s.
Yeah,
I think
That's
you're
a
saying
myth,
that
It'd
there
be
was
actually.
it'd be like a
podcasts.
pirate radio, if
Yeah, there
anything,
you
in
go.
like the 80s. Like they're all under there doing like some
well,
crazy.
you should make all of us
Okay.
in one of the houses.
I mean, it's total work of fiction because it's great because Ryan would never come and visit us, so it's perfect.
Facts.
Fucked. Get fucked.
Got him.
Got him.
Damn.
Josh, pick of the week.
Mine's a podcast called Dark Tides. Unrelated to Warhammer Dark Tide.
I was just gonna.
It is. I didn't even make the connection until I said it out loud. But it's kind of interesting. It's like a serialistic like story, but it's all improv. Um, they're essentially playing like a D&D-esque role-playing game based in an island off of Australia in the like I think early 90s where people are disappearing. But it kind of just like feels like a role-playing game, and the fact that they're just winging it constantly is pretty interesting. It's I would be wildly bad at that game. But just not being able to think up things while being recorded. So
It's fun to listen to, though.
yeah. I'm only a couple episodes in thus far, but there's I think 2 or 3 seasons now. But kind of makes me want to play the role playing game. But um, you know, so far I'll just
I might
listen
have
to it.
to check that out while I'm driving. Is it on normal podcast?
I don't listen to it on Spotify, personally, but I'm sure it exists other places.
Cool.
There you go. Very cool. Justin, pick of the week.
Uh, Josh and Adam watched that 4-minute video that I shared in Discord when we're done, and you'll see why he would be the
Dope as
best Kratos.
fuck.
But
That's odd,
1899, which we had finished it last weekend, but I already had Andor I wanted to say. But 1899, I don't know if you guys remember me talking about the series Dark
Yeah.
that Marissa and I had watched. It's like
Isn't that one dubbed, though?
so that one is Dark is dubbed.
1899 is not.
So 1899, you can watch it in full English dub, but like the main character is Irish and there's a lot of British people, but then there's also people speaking Japanese, French, because they're on this cruise ship in 1899 going to America. And I honestly can't say really much of anything
Okay.
without giving it away. And we were getting towards the end, and I think we both loved it. I loved it. But I was like, I almost kind of wish and hope that they have a closing for this and it's just done on one season. And then it ended, and I'm like, can't wait for season 2.
Nice. Okay.
Well, it's
That's true.
Netflix, so can't wait until
Netflix,
they
so you
cancel
never
it.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's if you like some out there shit.
Okay. Fair enough. Cool. I've seen it like fly by on my Netflix before, but I never really gave it much thought, so I'll have to look into it a little more.
We watched the English dubbed, and I don't think that it was bad. Like, I almost wonder if they didn't have the actors also do it in English.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. Yeah, I'll have to scope that one out. Cool. All right, boys, that wraps it up. Episode 122, our Metacritic. We hopefully we'll have a normal news one next week. Cause we're like 2 weeks, 3 weeks away from doing our Game of the Year episode, so we're getting close. Actually, no, next week. Is next week Game Awards or is that the week after? That's next week. Okay, so fun fact, I should have brought this up earlier. Next week, we are not going to record a normal episode on Monday. There will be no episode, normal episode. But the Game Awards is streaming December 8th. Starts at 6:30 p.m. 7:30? 6:30?
Central. 6:30 Central.
Yeah, 6:30 Central. We're gonna live stream it, so the 4 of us come watch it
Perfect.
with us. We would very
That's
much
that
appreciate it.
Thursday.
Yes.
Yep.
Perfect. Back from hunting. All right. Awesome.
Yeah, that works. You don't gotta worry about hunting.
Win
next
Works
week.
win.
perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, we're
You
gonna
know what we
stream
could
it.
do?
Huh?
If you guys are interested, we could do a game stream on Monday if you guys wanted to.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I don't care.
I'll probably be out of that,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I will
That's right.
be for sure on Thursday then.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Cool.
Thursday's the big one. So, yeah, we will live stream the Game Awards next Thursday. Everybody make sure to come watch with us. See if any of our predictions were right. See if Justin wins by just a half point again, with the rest of us getting 0. So, we'll, we'll see how that shakes out. I already saw I'm fucked, by the way. They're releasing a new trailer for the Mario movie tomorrow. So I'm like, well, they're not going to release a new one at the Game Awards anymore. So that's one prediction out already.
Did you say that they would release a new one, or they would just release
said
a?
I said
Okay,
new.
well then you're fucked. Yeah.
I'm fucked. Yeah, I'm fucked. So, but anyways, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will see you next Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Bye.
Bye.